Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Northeast Radio SD, Watertown, South Dakota. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. It is Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. You may be listening to us live via the internet radio, whether that's on the Android or Apple app, or maybe you're joining us on TikTok or LinkedIn or Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. So either which way, I appreciate you joining us this morning on Northeast Radio SD's The Morning Scroll. So not sure if this would be a good idea or not, but I was pulling into work this morning, and I had just seen a plane take off, and I thought, we could have our own version of Fantasy Island here in Watertown, and but I'm not going to tell you who I thought would be a good tattoo for that. So, anyways,
yeah.
Let us move on, shall we? So, like I said, it is Tuesday, June 30th, and today at 9 a.m., the Beacon Center is going to start their food fest. So you can go check that out. That's going to start at 9 a.m., looks like here, in the Jurrens-6 Auto Repair parking lot. So they say huge shout out and thank you to Jurrens-6 Auto Repair for allowing us to use their back parking lot to host the first ever Beacon Food Fest, with part of the proceeds coming back to the Beacon Center. Start your day with a cup of fresh brewed coffee from Brew Bandit. Enjoy lunch with national award-winning barbecue from Crosscut Barbecue. Wash it down with a custom dirty soda of your creation from Soda Corral. And finish the day off with a sweet treat from Fieldy's Ice Cream. So there you go. And they'll have games and prizes and tables for people to sit at. So we shared that online as well yesterday. And then I just saw this morning. So let's take a look here and see who's putting this on. Edgewood, Watertown. Our South Dakota neighbors need help. We would love to take a van load of supplies to them on Friday, July 3rd. Items can be brought to any of the 3 Edgewood communities if anyone wants to donate money. And we will buy supplies. That is welcome too. So, Highmore got hit by quite a bit of that storm yesterday. We'll have a news story on that. But National Weather Service, some extreme straight line winds are reported, reaching 131 miles per hour in that Halliburton and Highmore area. So, I'm going to release more information, they said there, as they get it gathered. But anyways, the governor was there, and I think U.S. Senator Mike Rounds was there. And so let's get this shared. All right. Okay, so there you go. That's the thing there now that we're sharing. If anybody wants to take a look at that, they sure can. I shared it on Facebook anyways. Okay, so that's kind of what's up for a couple of events going around the hill there. Also, sorry, I was pulling up the calendar. So we've got some guests here today. We're going to have the Watertown Area Chamber of Commerce. We'll be in about 9 a.m. And not sure what we're going to discuss or if we'll have a guest today. They've been extremely busy, and they continue to be extremely busy. I'd like to say that they have a slow season, but because they have so many different industries and things like that, they're always busy. Always. So, okay, let's see here. Now, then there is a last week at the Cottington County Commissioners meeting, it was mentioned that there's a U.S. Army Corps meeting in Day County today at 1 p.m. So also, so they're going to start meeting up there about, I think, some flood mitigation. So not sure. We'll look into more of that and kind of report on that as it comes out. But we'll also be hitting up an announcement at the local 16 West Kemp at 4:30, and we'll get that out right away too. So we'll record that and we'll have video. And then Wednesday, we have there's a public input session at Crown, or not at, referring to Crown Ridge application. They're gathering public comment. So at the Waverly South Shore Gymnasium. Okay. And let's see. I think that's for the battery storage unit. And then we'll have our Cottington Connects visit on Wednesday. All right, I'm getting into the other day. Enough of that. So, talk about a little bit of that news that we got for you here. There was a city council work session yesterday, and they talked a little bit about, I guess a work session is different. It's not as formal as a regular meeting, and so they, talk a little more freely, as in, I don't know, it's not maybe on, I don't know, they don't have to make decisions or anything like that. So it's just talking things out. But anyways, we got one out of probably two stories, I think there. The first is sewer cost recoveries. And it was kind of tackling decades old sanitary sewer cost recoveries, and some dating back to the 1970s and how they go about dealing with that. And Watertown Rotaract Club and the 18 to 40 Club, and a couple events they got coming up there. A Brookings County crash, including a 13-year-old where some people were hospitalized. Some mosquito spraying at Lake Compesca Tuesday night tonight after 9 p.m. Kemp Avenue closure information that'll begin, and the courthouse closure on Friday, July 3rd. Hospital Hill Run for Prairie Lakes Carrying Clubhouse raised some money. A little bit of more information on the National Weather Service story for the straight winds. And that's what we've got for the headline stories. But you can always go to northeastradiosd.com, and there are more stories, if not more, well, most certainly more in-depth stories online. You can read more. There might be quotes. There might be pictures. There might be videos. I mean, it's endless, the possibilities. So, anyways, so what is this secret cinema thing? I got to click on this. I want to see. Okay, so this is at Odyssey, okay? Excuse me. And it already happened. So Monday, June 29th at 7 p.m. So I guess we already missed it, just to preface, but I want to know what it is. For only $6 plus tax, Odyssey Cinemas invites you to experience a movie like you've never experienced it before. The title is a secret. The details are a mystery. The only thing you know when you buy your ticket is that you're about to see something brand new. Each month's secret cinema presentation features a new unreleased surprise film revealed only when the lights go down and the screen comes to life. No trailers, no spoilers. Just the thrill of discovery and the excitement of being among the first to experience something special. No previews, no exceptions. Just the magic of cinema the way it was meant to be. Whether it's a future favorite, a breakout hit, or the next big thing everyone will soon be talking about, secret cinema is about trust, suspense, and the joy of stepping into the unknown. Together, in the dark. Because sometimes the best movie adventures are the ones you didn't see coming. Oh, jeez. Holy smokes. With that. All right. I got it. So maybe they'll do that next week or whatever. I don't know. So, but that's kind of interesting, I guess. Maybe you want to plan that. Then if it's a new release, I wonder if it's a release that's already at the theater, and if it's already a movie that's at the theater, then then you should go on a week when there's not a crappy movie per se. That's all up for interpretation. Anyway, so like we mentioned, Highmore, South Dakota was hit with the storm. So Edgewood, Watertown Senior Living is collecting some supplies. So if you want to pop over to 901 14th Avenue Northeast, drop off some stuff, they'll take it. Otherwise, you just go to you can just drop off some cash too. It looks like they'll buy them stuff. I wanted to mention the weather since we were just kind of talking about that, because I think it's going to be a pretty decent day. So it's 66 degrees right now. In Fair, it's going to be sunny and 85. So perfect out there for you. Wind 16 to 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 24. So let's say the wind's going to be 12 to 16 just the whole time, right? Just blowing at you. And then Wednesday, 50% chance of precip, mainly before 2 p.m. Cloudy through mid-morning, then gradually clearing with a high near 86. So, Thursday, a slight chance of precip and a high near 92, but then Thursday night, an 80% chance of thunderstorms. So, yep, that's coming. You bet. That's how it works. So just keep your eyes on you, and we got it. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in to Northeast Radio SD. We're going to go and take a peek here at today is That's a Fact Jack. We'll come back, then we'll have some news at about 7:30. We'll do some birthday shout outs, things like that. So appreciate we had a birthday for 12th birthday for Lily Simon yesterday. So thanks for submitting that. And so that's good. So we'll do some of that. You can shout those out if you want to submit them, or however you want to do that. And we'll keep on cooking and see what we want to get tunes here. And like I said, if you are joining us online, you can download the Apple and or the Android app, and either which way. So I think I wasted enough time to get to the buttons I needed to here now. So thanks for tuning in. We'll be back shortly. Well, the city of Watertown as we know it today might never have been built if it weren't for an apocalyptic swarm of locusts that completely devoured the region's original settlement in 1874. So, before Watertown was founded, the first major pioneer settlement in Cottington County was a town called Compesca City. In 1873, the Winona and St. Peter Railroad laid tracks to this new outpost, and it was poised to become the region's thriving permanent Midwestern hub. The very next summer, 1874, the historic Rocky Mountain locust plague devastated the Dakota Territory. Trillions of grasshoppers descended upon the Great Plains. Historical accounts state the swarms were so massive they blotted out the sun like a winter blizzard. They stopped railroad trains by greasing the tracks with their crushed bodies, ate the wool right off the backs of live sheep, and even gnawed away the wooden handles of the settlers' farm tools. Compesca City didn't stand a chance. The town's crops, food supplies, and morale was completely wiped off the map in a matter of days. The devastation was so absolute that the settlers packed up whatever they had left and completely abandoned the town. Because Compesca City had been reduced to a literal ghost town, the railroad had to pivot when they decided to establish a new permanent terminus. In 1878, they moved their sites just a bit further east to the original destroyed settlement. They plotted out the brand new town and named it Watertown. So if it weren't for those incredibly hungry grasshoppers clearing the map in 1874, the city of Watertown likely may not exist.
That's the fact, Jack.